Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are in the world. Look forward to sharing this webinar with you. This is Dan Anderson, and today is Monday, and we have a bank holiday in the UK, so most of the staff are off there. We have a small team, of course, in South Africa. We have kind of a bit of holidays all around, really. So today it feels like I'm just about the only person working. Well, that is you as well. There's always a distributor, always a member working, and your poor suffering CEO is always working too hard. Now, going through the list of people on the call, we have a very, very healthy attendance, and it's really nice to see you. I see Arshad there. Welcome. Charlie, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be working in South Africa. Fantastic to see you. Eric, lovely to see you. I hope you're well, and your family as well. Nice to see your name there from the Philippines. Iviliana, that's a blast from the past. Jean Fabrice Rondin, very good. Jean Michel, beam to you, sir. And then we have Leah Cat, which is fantastic to see. Melek, fantastic to have Turkey checking into the call. We have a whole bunch of Muhammads whom I love and adore. Oh, Nabil, I hope you're feeling better and that you can forgive us for our shortcomings. Nico, I know that I owe you a response to your email, and I will be doing that shortly. Robin, Trinidad has entered the building. And Slavka Habradova as well. Nice to see you. We have just random people. Oh, Vanessa. I was speaking about Vanessa today. There was a recognition piece that I was doing for Guadeloupe. So just fantastic to see you there. So nice to see the international spread and the global network that we have. We are still in this blessed position that we are getting sales every week from, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 markets every week. And this week in particular has been a very, very strong and encouraging sales week. For a Monday, we're at a very, very good sales level. And so thank you all for your hard work and for your commitment and for driving and flying the flag of Leo. So today is just a short webinar. We are just doing sort of a small keep everything going, but there are some updates and things, and some things that you'll be quite excited by as well. Well, at least I was very excited by them. So first, we have a new director. The newest director in Leo is Sibusiso Kumalo. Now, I have to admit that I actually don't know this person or who this person is, but it sounds to me like we have an African name there, and I'm a little bit embarrassed, but I will make it my business to find out who this person is and their contribution to Leo. But they are, if I'm judging the name right, they are part of our new African expansion, and of course, there's something I'm going to talk about a little bit further on in the call, because we've just finished our South African event in Johannesburg on Saturday, which was absolutely epic. But I don't know. I was kind of speaking to the people on Saturday and sort of saying that before you give birth to something, you have to have labor first. So that there's no such thing as a free birth, or there's no such thing as a free bee. You always have to put the labor in before something happens. And there's very, very worthy leaders who worked very, very hard to make the African business happen. And I think that we're just on a turning point. Now, Africa is 1.3 billion people, and it's one of the largest single markets open for trade across borders in the entire world. There's African trade associations and trade agreements that allow Africans to do business with each other. We want to be part of that African business because I don't know, when I say that you give birth to something by first giving labor, actually there's something that has to happen before that, which is a glint in someone's eye when they find someone really, really attractive. And I have to tell you, I've been talking about Africa, I've been working towards Africa for many, many years. I have some very, very positive references going back to my Tianchi days when I was in Tiens and a vice president over there. But it started as a sales director in the UK market, and we had a very, very strong Ghanaian and Nigerian business in London. And I admired the positive spirits of the Africans that I met, and their generosity of character and their sort of their willingness to work and always looking for an opportunity. So I always knew that Africa would feature very strongly somehow in my future, and that time has come now. We are going all in on Africa. We think that Africa is going to be a remarkable story both for Leo and for the world. So entrepreneurship training and the business that we do with digital currencies, what have you, Africa is ready for us. And when you look at the trainings and when you look at the live seminar programs that we have, that will just fit like a hand in glove with Africa. And the response that we've had in that marketplace has been nothing less than inspirational. So well done, Sibusiso. And I look forward to making your acquaintance and learning more about you and how we can support you building your business. Now, the other thing, by popular demand, we have decided to extend the double RP incentive. So that means that you have until this coming Friday, the 31st of May, you will still have the double RP. Now, this was, as you might recall from last week, something that we just did at a spur of the moment to sort of support, again, Africa and South Africa in particular, with the event that was coming up there. Decided to put it into a global thing, and of course the markets have gone just a little bit crazy. So fantastic to see. I wouldn't say that we quite are at record-breaking sales, but they're very, very healthy and strong. So congratulations for that. So anyone who's between platinum and executive, up to and including, you have 4 days left to drive some momentum in your business and help people get those rank promotions and those rank incentives. And of course, even for those directors that don't get the double RP, they get the benefit of volume in their business. So we will see next week some new ranks and some new celebrations that we should have for our people. So well done, you. And this is something that we do with a very open heart, and we love to be able to give you that little push and incentive to motivate you to just get out of bed and work that bit harder. So that's why this webinar will be short, because you need to go on and work and speak to people. So the other thing that I'm going to give you a fair warning on now, that the ownership points incentive for bronze, silver and gold, that particular incentive that's been in place for so long now, that is going to be changing very, very soon. We're not talking about months, we're not talking about weeks, we are probably talking about days. So I just want to give you a fair warning so that you don't come and cry to me afterwards. But that incentive will change drastically. We might kill it altogether, or we might drop it by 50%. We're not quite sure. We need to do some more analysis on it. But ending very soon, like very, very soon. Johannesburg, South Africa, 25th of May. This was on Saturday morning. This is what the room looked like. This is one of the largest venues that we could find, because we had people telling us that we would get 9,000 people in the room. In the end, I think that the final tally is still coming in, but I think that we had 5,000 people in the auditorium there, and this makes it the largest event that Leo has ever done. Mihir Magudia, Paul Southworth and Andy Hansen were there running a live seminar covering topics from digital currencies through to success secrets, through to compliance and DSA and incorporation and stuff that Paul Southworth talked about. And to say that it was a successful event is an understatement. I was very, very proud for how the team pulled this together. There's many people on the corporate side that needs recognition and thanks, especially Ursa and Hope, I think, but many, many others as well. So apologies if I don't mention them directly. But also, of course, the field leadership in South Africa in particular, and their upline in the UK. Lots of chocolate and lots of recognition to all of you guys, because without you, none of this would have happened. But it was absolutely epic, because to sort of see all of these people, and at points during the session you couldn't hear a pin drop. At other points you couldn't stop people cheering and laughing and singing and shouting and jumping up and down. The energy in the room was absolutely extraordinary. And again, as a CEO of this little business that we call Leo, I was fiercely proud. As you can see, we had big screens and we had a proper audiovisual stuff, and it was just nice to speak to the audience and kind of be able to engage with Africa for the first time. Now, this is just the first event. We're planning a whole roadshow and a whole series of stuff throughout South Africa and in neighboring countries. Without wanting to drive those of you who are not in Africa crazy, we launched a very special incentive to encourage and help the leaders and every African member to expand their business into other countries in Africa in particular, because I think that Africa is ready, and I think that this is the time and this is the place when we can do something extraordinary to add another powerhouse to our business. Now, we have legacy markets, we have strong business in Asia Pacific, we have strong business in the Dubai region, and of course in Europe and in America. But I think that Africa could be the jewel in our crown, and I just look forward to seeing what we can do. It's kind of part of this thing that I am so passionate about, this multicultural business that we're building, and a business that doesn't build walls between people but builds bridges. That's what I want to do, and that's what I want to dedicate the rest of my life to. We also have some very interesting property projects, and we have some causes with to do with children's education and charities and schools that I see will have great traction in Africa. So I think that 2019 is the year when a lot of initiatives that we've sort of started will come together into a business that will make the markets pay attention and take notice. Now, while the team has been in South Africa, even today, they are obviously filming things, and here we can see me here in front of the South African landscape, giving it large about something or other. Who knows? But there'll be digital currency, Leo Coin, what we're doing with the Leo Coin Foundation, maybe, and of course all the education. So fantastic to see that. Andy Hansen, just minutes before the show started, just showing his joy and how pleased he is to be in South Africa. This picture was something that was sent to me by a member of staff, and I think there's a story here that I wasn't privy to, but there was a privy story to it, which was that this is apparently an outdoor toilet that Mihi Magudia is in and enjoying so much. Now, as you know, we also had Paul Southworth with us, and he's still there with me here today. There's very important meetings going on to do with our incorporation and to do with the South African DSA. Sadly, I didn't have a single picture of Paul Southworth except for this one. Again, the member of staff sent me a picture saying that, sent me a message first saying that Paul Southworth needs new trousers. He's met a lion. And I thought that this would involve some sort of brown stains or something or other. But apparently what actually happened was that these two lions actually took a liking to Paul Southworth's trousers and proceeded to basically munch them up and eat them up. So that there is Paul Southworth's shoe and half-eaten trousers. So I just thought that would be just fun to share with you. Now, going forward, the Maldives is in full swing, and qualifications are being achieved every single day. You know what the incentive is. It's until the 31st of July. You have to introduce a person. You have to help that person get to associate. If you do that, you qualify, both of you, to go to the Maldives for our global annual conference. Now, the Maldives will be us scaling this up yet again. So this time we're not just taking over a resort, we are taking over an entire island. Which will be something extraordinary, special, and it's strategically it's right in the middle of our business. The Maldives are. I've been there twice before myself with my family, and it's just heaven on earth. You need to be there. It's just going to be one of the things of 2020 that will sort of set that year in a frame. So. Get it done. Now, I'm not going to put too fine a point on it and teach you guys how to do the basics, but obviously RRP could help enormously to crack some new positions that will help people get to this position here, and that's all I will say about that. Some markets have cottoned on to this and others haven't. So, Office closures in May, 27th of May. The UK head office is closed, and that is today. The 6th of May to the 3rd of June is Ramadan in our Dubai region, so there's limited office hours there. and give these people some sympathy because they're working through fasting during their holy month of Ramadan. So all power to them. And I've only fasted one day during Ramadan, and that was hard enough. For people to do this for a full month, I have profound respect for that. And in fact, I have to say that while I am a very bad Christian and not a Muslim, I have a lot of respect for the Muslim faith, because it asks their people to do something, not just to sort of be a fair weather devotee. You have to actually commit to be that, and there's something about that I respect enormously. So we are a business that bridges between cultures, between skin colors, between creeds as well, and religions, and that is again what the Leo business stands for. That we're showing the world that people can work together, no matter their differences, no matter their spiciness that sets them apart. The idea that we can build a business together on a global level in 2019 and into 2020, that will be when we become a multi-million people phenomena in the world today. So the call to action is very, very simple. You have 4 more days to supercharge your business with the double RP. Get it done. There is nothing stopping you except yourself. You just have to pick your courage up in both hands and speak to more people. It's as simple as that. Sell them on our product, sell them on our vision, sell them on our business, and the right people will respond. Now, the next meeting will be next Monday. I think that come next Monday, I will be in a position to make possibly the biggest webinar and the biggest announcement that this business since 2012 has ever done. I can't tell you about it, but I'm thinking that the 3rd of June will be one of those landmark webinars that you will remember, because I'll be able to make some announcements there that will move you, and I'll just leave it like that. So this is Dan Anderson saying thank you very, very much for coming on this 20-minute webinar, because I don't want to waste your time. You need to speak to people and use the double RP. So thank you very much indeed for your kind attention. Thank you for your commitment, and thank you for your hard work. As always, I know how tough the business is because I have been at your side of the table. I know what it's like to be a member and a distributor. So I have profound respect for all of your efforts, and there's nothing worthwhile in life that is easy. Building a network marketing organization is one of the biggest challenges that you will ever face, but also one of the most rewarding. So I wish you luck with that. I thank you for your kind attention and look forward to speaking to you next Monday. Thanks very much indeed.